Yes, hello friends, good morning, what's going on? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host, Jan. Right, I should have fixed the audio on my videos. I've put a compressor on, I've optimized said compressor. I do have a degree in music production, so if I can't do this, I'm screwed. Anyway, hopefully that's in the sweet spot. In volume, so you don't have to keep turning it up and down between videos, and indeed adverts on the video. So welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. I hope you're doing well. I really do hope that, and welcome back to Chelsea News, of course, the twice daily series here on the channel where I reflect on what's being said, shown and discussed about Chelsea, giving you my opinion on it, and more importantly asking for yours. Today we're discussing the proposed structure for the Moises Casado deal. What a hold up! Julien Laurent, a French broadcaster, journalist, confirming Chelsea's interest in Rayan Cherki, his valuation, but will they let him go? And of course the exodus of players, how are we going to get rid of them? And we're going to look at some sponsor fun on what could be an all-timer kit. I think the majority of people like this football kit, but we are without a sponsor and that can go either way. So I'm going to utilize a Instagram account at Prem Football FTBL to look at some potential sponsors, and it's going to be fun. Oh, how it's gonna be fun. Thank you for joining me. Housework, please do consider dropping a like and subscribing to this channel. Only if you want to subscribe, but should you choose to do so, you should hit that sweet, sweet bell, baby. Oh yeah. Alright. So Felix Johnson on Twitter, on the social media sphere, has his connections and has got a lot of stuff right. He's broken some stuff on his account, talking about the Moises Casado situation. And here it is. Of course, this is a really, really important player for Chelsea. Enzo Fernandez was recently interviewed speaking about like how he will play wherever the manager wants him. He'll play as a 5, but he would like to play a little bit closer to goal because he wants to score goals and create goals. Now, we can grant you this wish, Enzo, should we get Moises Casado over the line, because he will play in that deeper role, so you can advance up a little bit and you know, do that stuff you want to do, score goals, assist, just get amongst it a little bit more in the final third, you know what I mean, and have fun. Who doesn't want to get closer to goal? It's fun. Well, apparently all Chelsea players don't want to get close to goal. But anyway, you know, I understand why he's saying that, and Moises Casado would unlock that opportunity for him. Speaking on quotes and interviews, Casado himself has spoken about links to Chelsea, and as you would expect with a player really hoping a move gets over the line, he has said things like, how could I say no to Chelsea, a massive club, a historic club, a beautiful club, singing in all the right notes, something I can't always do, but you know, granted, let's not be naive here, he's trying to get the big money move. He's not going to be like, we will see what happens. He's going to be like, yeah, yeah, get me down to the shiny lights of southwest London, mate, the bright lights of London. Anyway, so yes, it's good to him say that. Obviously, he has been pictured in a Chelsea shirt not too long ago. I'm just going to take a sip out of my Picasso mug. I'll do it that way so you can see the wonderful graphic. Whether or not he's a Chelsea fan, I don't know. Young footballers wear jerseys, kits, shirts all of the time, but it would be good for PR. Should he sign for Chelsea, he could just post that picture of him in Chelsea's kit free odd years ago and be like, look, I always loved Chelsea. So anyway, he would love to join. But what's the hold up? What's going on? Well, Felix Johnson has said this. So Chelsea and Brighton are locked into verbal negotiations for Casado, as we believe they have been for a while now. So Chelsea have verbally offered £85 million in 4 instalments. Now I wonder if that's including... there must be a flat rate without add-ons, because if you're offering a flat rate in full installments, that is... and to be honest, we're paying for Enzo in 6 installments. So this is Brighton's counter. Brighton's counter is, no, you can have it for 85, your verbal offer, but you pay 85 up front. You pay all of it at once, and we'll take it. If you want to do your 4 installments, That, my friends, is where the £100 million was coming from. So the 85 million is a flat rate up front. Chelsea's new ownership, Chelsea more than ever under the new ownership are like, well, we're the installments gang. We pay for nothing up front. So that's really interesting, and that kind of made sense. I did speculate this actually that this is what it would. This is how it was probably going. But, he wants to come to Chelsea. He's been waxing lyrical about Chelsea. He would allow Enzo, who's recently been interviewed, talking about his desire to move up the pitch. He would allow him to go up the pitch. He will complete our midfield, or certainly our starting midfield. Casado, Enzo, and Nkunku. Hare Krishna. And then, forwards and, Rayan Cherki as well. We're going to talk about him next. Now, just quickly citing Cy Phillips, he's aggregated some news just to confirm about outgoings and the exile group. High profiles, of course, is Aubameyang, Hakim Ziyech, and Romelu Lukaku. Chelsea do not want them to return to the training ground, so they want them to arrive on July the 17th. It's another 5 days at time of recording. So rather than have them looming around in a corner of Cobham and you just sort of know they're there and it's sort of like awkward, it's like, no, don't come back until we can sort you out. And similarly, Callum Hudson-Odoi, he's the fourth player. He wants to leave Chelsea. There's discussions ongoing. Discussions are ongoing. And we know that there are plenty of suitors for Callum Hudson-Odoi. I just spoke on yesterday's video about how Reece James's old man said this kid's the most talented thing to come out of the Chelsea academy. He's rated. Bayern Munich were prepared to pay £70 million for him once upon a time, ladies and gentlemen. Now, he might end up at West Ham. He might end up at Nottingham Forest. West Ham wouldn't be too bad, actually, because I don't know, was it him and Ben Rama on the wings or whoever? And then, he gets to play in the Europa League, a competition that he's played in before, actually. The season we won it under Maurizio Sarri. Still relatively high profile, and it has become a more high profile competition since the bigger teams are taking it seriously and the bigger teams are winning it. And of course there's now a European competition below it, so people are sort of taking it more seriously now, as they should, I guess. So Hudson-Odoi, there is plenty of opportunities of him to play good level of football. So let's talk about what Julien Laurent's saying. I'm getting this from Cy Phillips as well. He says, we're preparing an offer for him as we see him as a replacement for Christian Pulisic. Now, Pulisic's more of a direct, straight-to-goal runner. Rayan Cherki is more of a creative, attacking midfielder, but and maybe one that wouldn't automatically be in the starting lineup. Or maybe he would. Maybe he'll play on the right-hand side. Maybe you'll have Sterling or Mudryk on the left, and Noni won't automatically get a start on the right-hand side. Although he even moved over to the left in the Euros final. You'll have Rayan Cherki starting, and you've got something with Cherki, maybe Nicholas Jackson, of course, was pictured in training yesterday, and Sterling, that's with Nkunku behind. That's actually a formidable front four, and there's goals, creativity in said front four. So could be good. Julien Laurent saying, look, he said whether he's a direct replacement for Christian Pulisic, I don't know. I mean, considering we've lost Loftus-Cheek and Pulisic, he could be even though neither of the Cherki's neither of them really, but this kind of profile in between in terms of perhaps occupying space on the pitch. Julien Laurent goes on to say this. So Rayan Cherki is valued at around 40 million euros, which for context and reference is about 36 million pounds. I'd say give them the money, take the freaking money, bro. For the, it's less than what you generated by selling Loftus-Cheek and Pulisic. Look at it that way, man. So, and his contract is until 2025, but they've got an automatic year for extension as well. So it's 2 years left that could go to 3. So that's why there's money. His wages will automatically increase to 75,000 euros a week, which for a Liga team that's not PSG is pretty handsome. But you'd have to say, so 75,000 euros a week, what's that? 67,000 pounds a week or something? We'd give him a pay rise, maybe not something profound, but we'd say you could have 96k a week, put him on that Mudryk money, which, but, again, incentive-based contracts, but this could crank up, this could double if Chelsea become a Galactico winning team while you're here. Give them that opportunity. There are conflicting reports saying that people at Lyon do not want to sell him. In The Guardian are saying Lyon are determined to not sell Rayan Cherki despite strong interest from Chelsea. Chelsea, if we are to believe previous reports, have a really good relationship with Lyon. So with that, hopefully we can try and convince them to wave a load of money in front of their nose. I mean, now these players are flying out the door, it would seem like a good signing, wouldn't it? It would seem like a good signing, and certainly one I'd be excited with. Let me know what you think down below. Alrighty then, let's look at some kits. So this is from Football. Is at Prem Football. I'll put it in the description. The edits are wicked. We haven't got a sponsor, and we need one. So bang, OnlyFans. No, I love these edits though, because it shows you that potential aesthetics. No, we're not going to get OnlyFans as a sponsor, right? So that's fine. No OnlyFans. But let's think of an alternative. So this, for me, is a possible all-timer. I mean, I don't have any particular love for Coca-Cola as a brand. I don't really know much about, how ethical the company is, this, that, and the other. I think Coca-Cola is very bad for the body. I don't drink it. It's riddled in sugar. But it's a family brand. And I love the sort of calligraphy, handwriting, and in gold, that looks like an all-time kit, you'd have to say. You simply would have to say. What else have we got here? Prime, no. Stake.com, no. Freds is obviously trending at the moment. I don't think it looks very good as a sponsor. I quite like the app though. If you want to follow me on the app, at Football Yannick, of course, same as my Instagram. I am active daily on there. But yeah, as a sponsor here, I don't think so. And of course, Allianz, we hardly knew ye. They had an offer for Chelsea. It was half of what we had negotiated with Stake, which was the same as Free, but obviously we're out of Europe now, so we're trying to get a one-year deal. Allianz offered 20 million a year. We wanted 40 million, and ideally, had we qualified for the Champions League, we'd want more than 40 million, but we were, willing to accept the fact that we're not in Europe. 40 million for a one-year deal, and I mean it looks good. It looks good, doesn't it, Allianz? I think it should be slight on this edit. I reckon it should be slightly lower. I think it's too high on the chest, personally, but I think it's good. Right, we've got more. Of course, Trivago. They didn't drop us when the going got tough like 3 did. Trivago looks good. I would be very happy with that. Although I just don't. They're our kit sponsor. You never have the same as the kit sponsor, and I don't know if they got the juice to become our main sponsor. I don't know. And yes, the dream that died. This probably would have been top of the list. Nintendo, when they did all the 90s teasers, obviously all the Game Boy early doors. I understand why they did the 90s. It was Nokia, PlayStation, Nintendo, old computer. It was not, so it was, I thought it was mean because it was like sometimes you just got to watch them play. I thought that was going to be Nintendo. I mean, look at that in gold. That would have been so nice. Again, in my opinion, probably the guys that edited them, I think maybe it should be slightly lower. But that would have been so good. And it's made me sad how it hasn't happened. Oh, cool. And we got to finish on the iconic Chelsea Samsung. Close your eyes and think of the better days, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously that would be incredible. And it looks good, doesn't it? So, I mean, I've got a Samsung. People always ask what my phone is because I've got that case on. Is that out of focus? Anyway, whatever. You can't really see it in that case. But yeah, Samsung Ultra. I've always liked Samsungs. I'm not an iPhone guy. Sorry to you Apple people. I'm using an Apple Studio right now. But Apple's for MacBooks and computers. PC for gaming. Samsung for phones. But that looks mustard, I think. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys, of course we are still yet to find out who's going to be our sponsor, which is Ruddy Ridiculous. It's good that we get an opportunity to buy shirts without the sponsor. I think I will be doing that personally. I like that, but it is silly. And the footballing world at large is, some football fans are jealous that we can buy shirts without sponsors, but perhaps the business world at large in football are laughing at Chelsea for being disorganised and silly sods. silly sods. And that we are. But I look forward to reading your comments down below. Thank you for your interactions. Like and subscribe if you want to support the content. I, of course, upload all the ruddy time, and you have the opportunity to stay with me and, offer your input in the content in the comments, etc. So I look forward to reading those. Do consider following me on the socials at Football Yannick on Threads and Instagram. And yeah, I'll see you, mate, very, very soon.